On camera.
Hi! Welcome to the Insomniac Net Trivia Net. Did I say net twice? I think so.
You did. The net.
The double net.
Net. Net.
Are we live?
Yep.
Oh, cool! Hello, good citizens of the United States.
No viewers yet, but...
So, is there anything you need my help with, or?
Yeah, you'll be calling them.
Okay.
Why not?
Where am I supposed to be looking?
The screen. So, this shows who keys up. This is where I control the nodes. Looks just like mine, only a lot more nodes. Here's the script. Here's the clock, exact time. So at 58 we'll do the preamble. And at 10 o'clock on the dot we'll start. This is the list that we're going off of.
Okay. I wanted to see the list.
Okay. When it comes to net controllers, we will probably skip these ones.
So anything that has red beside their names, skip?
After Saturday night, yes. Because red means they haven't checked in quite a while. These we call Thursday, Friday, Saturday, whether they check in or not. So on the net controllers, we'll call here.
So
we'll all be here, all the way down to here.
I'm gonna call Steve N5ZUA.
Yep, Steve will be first, and then we'll just say we're here, and then we'll call Robert, Teresa, Bob, Ian, Linda and Russell, Wilt and Scott, and then Alex checked in last week, so we'll see if he's out there this week, and then we'll get started with the main roster after that.
So KB6WR Steve.
Yep. But we'll start with the net controllers first. So, hey, we got one viewer somewhere out there in Viewerland.
Hello.
Let's see.
Wait, aren't we supposed to start with preamble? It's kind of.
Oh yeah, 9:58, 37 seconds. Good evening, everyone. This is Ryan. K1BLU. I will be your Sunday night net control operator for the Insomniac Trivia. The net will convene wherever you hear the sound of my voice in about 2 minutes. The net should last about 90 minutes, and a clear frequency will be appreciated. So I'm going to mute my computer, because as we key up and it goes to IX repeat, it's going to come back through and we're going to hear ourselves.
So it's going to be echoing.
It won't echo. That's why I muted the computer. Now, right now, well, the green light means camera's on, but what we're talking about is going live. Once the net starts, I will mute that so that they don't hear an echo in there.
Okay.
And of course, we can always break the fourth wall and talk to them directly by unmuting that.
Oh.
But
well, let's see. It's 4 p.m.
42 seconds, yes.
So I'll start with N5ZUA, and then I'll say Ryan, Jennifer, and Robbie. K1.
I tell you what, I'll work through the top half so you can see how I do it. And then when we get to the Win System members, I'll pass it over to you.
Okay.
The Insomniac Net meets every evening at 10 p.m. Pacific time. This is a directed net, so all calls should go through the net control station. For more information and connection options, you can go to www.winsystem.org. Tonight, as usual, I have one trivia question per person, each with a few possible answers. After I call the regular roster, then I will call for late check-ins, followed by guests and visitors to the net, which will be in about 60 minutes from now. If you are listening on a scanner, consider getting your own ham radio license and joining us. If necessary, you may email your check-in to me at K1BLU at winsystem.org. You may also join our email list by going to www.insomniac-group.com. This service is free, and you'll receive a question and answer in your own email inbox. After all the check-ins, I'll read the statistics for the questions. We only have two rules here on the Insomniac Net. One is that the net controller's answers are always correct, and two, that you have fun doing the net. Before we begin, is there any emergency traffic announcements or items of business for the net?
I'd be able to do this on my own comfort in my room.
At some point.
Okay.
And we'll go ahead and mute the live stream.
Alrighty, folks. As usual, this is live stream on YouTube if you want to see us. So the link went out in the email. We'll go ahead and get started with our net controllers and system controllers. Starting off top of that list is Steve, head net controller himself, N5ZUA.
Good evening, Ryan. Ready for a question? Steve here.
Wow, he is out there. That's a new one. Welcome, Steve. Your question for tonight. These are classic rock trivia, so hopefully. Which artist released the masterpiece album Purple Rain in 1984? Was that A, Michael Jackson, B, Prince, or C, David Bowie?
That would be the artist formerly known as Prince. N5ZUA. Thanks for doing the net.
Yes, sir. You would be correct. Prince and the Revolution created this iconic work, which also serves as a soundtrack for his film of the same name. Thanks for being out there, Steve. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Moving on to our Sunday night net controllers. That would be Ryan, myself, K1BLU, Jennifer, the newly K06NES, and Robert, K06NET, who will be helping me with the net come the Win System members. So hopefully all goes well with that. Looking on the Monday night, Robert, KI5AOK.
No ice. No one should be punished or be rewarded for where their mother gave them birth.
Nothing from Robert. How about Tuesday night net control operator Teresa, KE5MUX?
This is KE5MUX. Hey, classic rock. Maybe I'll get. Go ahead.
All right, Teresa, your question for tonight. Who was the legendary lead singer of the New York punk and new wave pioneers, Blondie? Was that A, Pat Benatar, B, Debbie Harry, or C, Cyndi Lauper?
Oh, Lord. There I actually have no clue, so I'm going to go with one of the only two that I actually recognized and say A? 7-3, KE5MUX.
Well, not exactly. The lead singer of Blondie was actually B, Debbie Harry, the unmistakable face and voice of the band. That's probably why you don't remember the name. We knew Blondie. Thanks for being out there, Teresa. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is Bob and sometimes Lynn, our Wednesday night control operator, K6IPE.
Hey, Ryan. We're here. By the way, she was next to Playboy Bunny. Anyway, go ahead.
Alrighty. What was the name of the supergroup formed to sing We Are the World For famine relief, was that A, USA for Africa, B, Band Aid, or C, Live Aid?
Of course, you had to pick three groups that all sound familiar, but I don't know which is the one for the correct song. Neither of us really know. I'm going to say Band-Aid, see where that gets us. 73K6IP, have fun.
Band Aid was one of the bands, but not the supergroup for We Are the World. That would be A, USA for Africa. Organized by Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson, this massive collaboration raised millions for charity. Thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful evening and great week ahead. Next up is our Thursday Night Net Controller, Ian, AE5ID. Nothing heard. How about our Friday night duo, Russell and Linda, AF6EQ and K6LBL? Moving on to the first half of our Saturday Night Tag Team, Wilt, WB7 VPI. And next to our other half of our Saturday Night Tag Team, Scott, N7 FGP.
Good evening, Ryan. I'm ready for a question.
Alrighty, Scott. Which 80s hard rock band had a massive hit with Sweet Child O' Mine in 1987? Was that A, Poison, B, Motley Crue, or C, Guns N' Roses?
Well, that of course would be C, Guns N' Roses. Thanks for doing the net tonight. N7 FGP.
You would be correct. The Guns N' Roses. The track became a rock staple and features one of the most famous guitar riffs in history. Thanks for being out there, Scott. We appreciate it. Have yourself a wonderful evening and great week ahead. And who was out there last week? Let's see if he made it out there this week. Alex, W7, Following That Money. And nothing heard from Alex. That is the bottom of my Win System control group and net controllers. Moving on down to the Win System members. These are the members that help us keep the rent and power going for the many repeaters of the Win System, and we do appreciate that. And for this section, I'm going to hand it over to my co-host, KO6NET. This is K1BLU, your Sunday Night Net Control Operator.
All right, we got KB6WR, Steve, Bakersfield, California. You out there? All right, nothing heard from Steve. Let's hear from Larry, KN6JLX.
And Stephanie.
And Stephanie. KN6JLW.
Hey, hold off. KB6WR. I'm out here, but I kind of got confused. What happened to Ryan? I don't know what happened here. KB6WR here.
Sorry for the confusion, Steve. Yeah, I've got Robert, my son here, just got his call sign last week, and he's helping me control the net. So I'm having him call people. KB6WR, glad to hear you out there. Are you ready for your question? Sorry about that.
I am Robert, or Ryan. And Robert, congratulations on getting your ham ticket. I didn't know what was going on, Ryan. I put something away, and I guess I stopped paying attention for a minute there. And next thing I knew, I thought your son was just somebody out there calling me. I didn't recognize his voice. And if that's your same son that I heard out here, I don't know, a few years ago, boy, you can tell he's got a little bit older. But anyway, go ahead, Ryan, or yeah, go ahead, Ryan.
No problem, Steve. Yep, he's up to 13 years old now, so just got his ham ticket last week. Your question for tonight. Which guitarist is famous for playing the recognizable opening riff of Sweet Child of Mine? Is that A, Eddie Van Halen, B, Slash, or C, Joe Perry?
I meant to tell you before I turned it over to you, Ryan, that I've never heard any of this stuff. You know, I'm kind of into the country music scene, but I'll take A. Yeah, I'll take Alpha. And I think your son's name was Robert. Congratulations again on getting your ticket. It's a fun hobby. You'll have a lot of fun over the years. I have for 49 years. But anyway, back to you, Ryan, KB6WR.
Alrighty, Steve. It was actually B, Slash. Slash's melodic, soaring guitar work on this track helped define the sound of late 80s rock. Yeah, I remember you're a country person. I'll have country questions at some point in here, but the spin of the wheel brought up classic rock this time. So, alrighty, let me hand it back over to Robert for the next call sign.
All right, calling Larry again, KN6JLX, and Stephanie, KN6JLW.
Okay, Robert, congratulations on your ticket. It's Larry, KN6JLX, along with Stephanie, KN6JLW. And congratulations, Jennifer, and way to go, Ryan, for racing two such, well, I think you didn't raise Jennifer, but raising a tremendous kid that's now a ham. Go ahead with our question.
Thank you much. Your guys' question for tonight. Which 80s band took their name from a villainous character in the film Barbarella? Was that A, Duran Duran, B, Depeche Mode, or C, Spandau Ballet?
Okay, Ryan, we're both going to go with Alpha. Thanks for doing the net, and have a good week.
Okay, that is correct.
The band was named
after character D. Duran.
Dr. Duran Duran.
Dr. Duran Duran.
From the
1960s sci-fi movie. Thanks for being out there, Larry and Stephanie. Moving on down to Tony, W6TL.
Good evening. Excuse me. Good evening, Robert and Brian. Tony with T6 Tango Lima in Oakland. Go ahead, please.
All right, Tony, your question for tonight. Which music icon debuted the moonwalk during the Motown 25 television special in 1983? Was that A, James Brown, B. Michael Jackson, or C. Prince?
Of course, that would have been Michael Jackson. B.
You are correct. The answer is B. Michael Jackson. The move became the Jackson's signature dance after his performance of Billie Jean. Thanks for being out there, Tony. Moving on down to W1MER Chris. Okay, nothing heard from Chris. Moving on down to K6BNN.
Good evening, Robert. This is K6BN, Benson in Hollister, California. Congrats on getting your ham radio ticket license, and I'm ready for the question, please.
Alrighty, Benson, your question for tonight. Which quirky 80s icon and singer of Girls Just Want to Have Fun was known for her colorful hair? Was that A. Madonna, B. Cyndi Lauper, or C. Belinda Carlisle?
I believe it was Cyndi Lauper, but hopefully I'm right. I haven't heard that song in ages, and now I'm going to have that tune stuck in my head. So I'll say Cyndi Lauper. Anyways, thanks for running it, Ryan and Robbie, and have a good rest of your week. K6BEN.
And that was your correct answer. Cyndi Lauper. Cyndi Lauper's unique style and voice made her a quintessential figure of the MTE era. Thanks for being out there, Benson. Moving on down to KI6HNL, Allen. Nothing heard from Alan. Let's move on down to Alex, KN6ZKU. Nothing heard from Alex. Let's try Fred, W6FRC.
Robert, this is Fred, W6FRC, and congratulations, Robert, on getting your license. Ready for my question?
Alrighty, Fred, your question is, Graceland was the legendary home of which famous king of music? Was that A. Johnny Cash, B. Elvis Presley, or C. Little Richard?
Fairly certain the answer is going to be Bravo. Elvis Presley. 73s, back to you. W6FRC.
You are correct. It was Elvis Presley, located in the Himalayas. Memphis. Sorry. This is a state is now a museum and one of the most visited homes in the United States. Thanks for being out there, Fred. Moving on down to KM6CUC.
Robert and Ryan, this is Bruce in beautiful downtown Chihuahua Land, and go ahead with my question, please.
Alrighty, Bruce. Which Cleveland disc jockey is credited with coining the term rock and roll? Is that A. Casey Kasem, B. Alan Freed, or C. Wolfman Jack?
Chihuahua, Wolfman Jack, back to you. Kilo Mike 6, Zebra Unicorn Chihuahua. Thank you for doing the net.
Actually, you are not correct.
According to this,
it was Alan Free. Free promotion of the game of the genre in Cleveland led to the city becoming the home of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Nice try there, Bruce, but you'll get her next time. Moving on down to Dave, KG6LYI. Nothing heard from Dave. Let's try Jack. KJ6YAO.
Good evening, Robert. This is Jack. Fire away.
Good evening, Jack. Which country rock legend sang the theme song for The Dukes of Hazzard and served as the narrator? Was that A. Waylon Jennings, B. Willie Nelson, or C. Johnny Cash?
That was Waylon Jennings. This is KJ6YAO. Back to net control.
Correct. Jennings performs a good old boys and provided the voice of the balladeer throughout the series.
Okay, identify.
This is KO6, November Echo Tango.
And Kilo 1, Bravo Lima Uniform, your Sunday night net control operators.
Moving down to Bud,
Gar.
Oh, Gar. Sorry. W6AXM.
Oh, good evening. Good to hear you. And congratulations on the call sign and the license. Anyway, I'm ready for a question. W6AXM.
Alrighty, Gar. Which Beatles album features the band walking across a zebra crossing outside their recording studio? Was that A, Let It Be, B, Abbey Road, or C, Revolver?
I have no idea, to be honest with you. I seem to remember in the back of my mind somebody walking across Abbey Road. I'll go with Bravo on this one. Thanks for doing the net. W6AXM.
And you would be correct. It was Abbey Road in the 1969 cover is one of the most parodied and famous images in music history. Thanks for being out there, Gar. Now it's time for Bud, KI6JIP.
Come in there. W1MER here. I missed you. Go up the roster a little ways. I'm Chris.
Alrighty, Chris. Yeah, I was going to bounce back to you when I got to the bottom of the list. I noticed your node reconnected there. Alrighty, your question for tonight, since I did not hear from Bud. Who was the flamboyant lead singer of Queen, known for his incredible 4-octave vocal range? Was that A, David Bowie, B, Freddie Mercury, or C, Elton John?
Not sure. I'm going to go with B. And very proud of Robert for sticking in there and getting his ticket. That's good. You will enjoy this the rest of your life. I have enjoyed it for the last 35 years, and I'm 74, so you figure out the math there. Anyway, bravo, W1MER.
You are correct.
Mercury's powerful voice.
Mercury's powerful voice and theatrical stage presence made Queen a global stadium rock powerhouse. Thank you. And moving on down should be...
We don't have Bud anymore, so moving on down to our regular Sunday night roster at this time. I'd like to thank the Wind System members for their contribution and their help. And first on our regular roster is...
Mike, KN6MIK.
Good evening, Ryan with the Y and Son. Congratulations. KN6MIK, Mike here in San Diego. Hit me, brothers.
Alrighty, Mike. Jimi Hendrix famously performed a distorted version of the Star-Spangled Banner at which 1969 festival? Was that A, Monterey Pop, B, Woodstock, or C, Altamont?
Ooh, this one gets a little tricky. I'm going to have to go with Woodstock. Always a pleasure. KN6MIK, back to you.
And you would be correct with Woodstock. His performance remains a definitive moment in the history of electric guitar in the counterculture movement. Thanks for being out there, Mike. Moving on down to Robert, VK2DY.
Good afternoon, Robert and Ryan. This is Robert again, Victor Kilo 2 Delta Yankee. Congratulations, and you're a natural running that net. VK2DY.
Good afternoon, Robert. What is the best-selling Pink Floyd album, famous for its prism and rainbow cover art? Is that A, The Wall, B, The Dark Side of the Moon, or C, Wish You Were Here?
That has got to be The Dark Side of the Moon, VK2DY.
And you would be correct with The Dark Side of the Moon. The album remained on the Billboard charts and for unprecedented 741 weeks. Thank you, Robert, for the compliment, and I have learned a bit from my father. That's why I am a natural. Thanks for being out there, Robert. Moving on down to Richard, NW7OR.
Greetings, Robert and Ryan. Hey, kiddo, you sound great, man. You're gonna be a wonderful ham operator one of these days, and probably an Elmer too. But if I may first have your call sign again and Jennifer's. I guess I am one of the last to know what it is.
Not a problem, Richard. Robert's is Kilo Oscar 6, November Echo Tango, as a net controller. And Jennifer's is Kilo Oscar 6, November Echo Sierra, Nintendo Entertainment System, which she is content with. Your question for tonight, Richard. Which Led Zeppelin song is often cited as having one of the greatest guitar solos of all time? Was that A, Whole Lotta Love, B, Stairway to Heaven, or C, Black Dog?
Oh, I'm going going to go with Stairway to Heaven on that. Hey, you guys, thank you kindly for all you do, and 7-3 to everyone. This is NW7OR.
And you would be correct. Jimmy Page multi-part solo was recorded using a 1959 Fender Telecaster given to him by Jeff Beck. Thanks for being out there, Richard. And moving on down to Patrick, K1BLU.
Good evening, Robert and Ryan. This is Patrick, K1BLU. Go ahead with your question.
All right, Patrick. David Bowie's alter ego during the early 1970s was an alien rock star named what? Was that A, Major Tom, B, Ziggy Stardust, or C, the Thin White Duke?
Oh, you gotta give it up to Bowie and Ziggy Stardust. B, Bravo, K1BLU, back to net.
And you would be correct. Ziggy Stardust. The Ziggy Stardust persona helped pioneer the glam rock movement. Thanks for being out there, Patrick.
Before you call the next, identify.
This is Kilo Oscar 6, November Echo Tango.
And Kilo 1, Bravo Lima Uniform, your Sunday Night Net Control operators.
And next is Peter, KE6RAX.
Good evening, Robert, and I'm opening for a question.
Alrighty, Peter. Which Fleetwood Mac album, released in 1977, was written during a period of intense personal turmoil within the band? Was that A, Tusk, B, Rumors, or C, Mirage?
Fleetwood Mac. Let me just try B.
And you would be correct with B. Despite the internal breakups, the album became one of the best-selling records of all time. Thanks for being out there, Patrick. Moving on down to Peter.
That was Peter.
Yeah.
So the next one is Scott.
Whoops. Called the wrong person. Thank you, Peter. Next is Scott, KJ7DTX.
Good evening. This is Scott and Gresham standing by.
Alrighty, Scott. Which New Jersey-born rocker is famously known as the Boss? Is that A, Billy Joel, B, Bruce Springsteen, or C, John Bon Jovi?
I have no idea. Thank you guys for running the net. I'm going to guess Bravo. Have a good day, KJ7DTX.
You would be correct with Bruce Springsteen. The nickname originated in the late 60s when Springsteen was responsible for collecting and distributing the band's pay. Thanks for being out there, Scott. Next up is Dave, WA7DGY. Nothing heard from Dave. Let's move on down to Kevin, AI7GA.
Good evening, Robert. Congratulations on getting your ham ticket. I was 13 when I got my ham ticket the first time also. I'm ready for my question.
Alrighty, Kevin. What is the title of the AC/DC album that features a completely black cover as a tribute to the late singer Bon Scott? Is that A, Highway to Hell, B, Back in Black, or C, Power Age?
The front and the back are both in black. I'll go with Bravo, AI7GA.
And you would be correct. Back in Black. Released in 1980s with the new singer Brian Johnson, it became one of the highest selling albums in history. Thanks for being out there, Kevin. Moving on down to Susan. AI7SE.
Hello, Robert. Congratulations on your getting your ticket. And I think it's great that you're doing this tonight. It's really fun listening to you. My answer is, I'm ready for a question.
Alrighty, Susan. Which guitarist was known as Slow Hand? Was that A, Keith Richards, B, Eric Clapton, or C, George Harrison?
That would be Eric Clapton, Bravo. 73 to all, back to net, AI7SE.
And you would be correct. Eric Clapton. The nickname came from his habit of replacing broken guitar strings on stage while the audience gave him a slow hand clap. Thanks for being out there, Susan. Moving on down to Joshua. KN6TTG. Nothing heard from him, so SB. So moving on down to Chuck
and Linda.
Chuck and Linda, KN6YMF.
Good evening there, Robert and Ryan. Congratulations, Robert. I think this is kind of funny, all the questions of some music that he's never even heard of. This is Chuck, KN6YMF, here in St. George, Utah. What do you have for me tonight there, gentlemen?
Well, his mom and I listen to classic rock all the time, so he knows some of these songs, even though he never saw them live. Your question for tonight: who was the drummer for the Beatles, replacing Pete Best just before they became famous? Was that A, Keith Moon, B, Ringo Starr, or C, Charlie Watts?
Tonight I'm going to have to go with Ringo Starr on that one. And thanks for giving Robert the better music of his time. Thanks. Hey, this is Chuck, KN6YMF. Back to you.
And you would be correct with Ringo Starr. Ringo joined the group in August 1962, completing the Fab Four lineup. Thanks for being out there, Chuck and Linda. Moving on down to Joe, KD45T.
KD4STN.
KD4STN. Next up is Phil, K6.
Pack my suitcase.
Pack my suitcase.
Good evening. This is Phil, K6. Pack my suitcase, go.
Good evening, Phil. Which band was originally called the New Yardbirds? Was that A, Aerosmith, B, Led Zeppelin, or C, The Who?
I'm gonna go with bourbon.
And you got that correct. Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page formed the group to fulfill the remaining Yardbirds tour dates before changing the name. Thanks for being out there, Phil. Moving on down to Charles, KF6GEN.
This is Charles, KF6 Golf Echo November. Ready for my question.
Alrighty, Charles. What was the name of the Eagles' 1976 hit that describes a dark, surreal hotel from which you can never leave? Is that A, Desperado, B, Hotel California, or C, Take It Easy?
Hotel California. Back to net.
And you would be correct with Hotel California. The song is often interrupted by interpreted as a metaphor for the excess of Southern California music industry. Thanks for being out there, Charles.
Okay, now you identify.
This is KO6, November Echo Tango.
And Kilo 1, Bravo Lima Uniform, your Sunday night net control operators.
Moving down to Glenn, KD5YYZ.
Good evening, this is KD5YYZ, Glenn in Las Vegas, and I'm ready for the question.
Alrighty, Glenn. Which member of the Rolling Stones is known for his seemingly indestructible nature and pirate-inspired style? Is that A, Mick Jagger, B, Keith Richards, or C, Ronnie Wood?
I think I'm going to go with Bravo on that. Thank you for doing the net. KD5YYZ, back to you.
The correct one was Bravo. Richard's distinctive open tuning guitar style in the backbone of the Stones sound. Thanks for being out there, Glenn. Moving on down to Grant. KJ7 WKX.
Good evening. This is Grant, KJ7WKX. I'm ready for a question.
Alrighty, Grant. The 1970s rock group ABBA was an acronym for the members' first names. In which country did they originate? Was that A, Norway, B, Sweden, or C, Denmark?
Boy, I'm sure glad you didn't ask me what the names were. That's Sweden. Thanks for doing the net.
And you will be correct with Sweden. The group became global superstars after winning the Eurovision Song Contest in 1974 with Waterloo. Thanks for being out there, Grant. Moving on down to David, K7AWX. All right, nothing heard from David. Let's move on down to Mike. KB6
Downhill racer.
Downhill Racer. Go, Racer.
That's right. Go, Speed Racer, go. And you can check out any time you like, but you can never leave. Good evening, Ryan. Robert, congratulations for becoming part of the cult. Technician, or did you make the jump to General also? And I am ready for tonight's input.
So far, just technician, although once he gets a little more comfortable with the radio, we're going to try for general, I think. Your question for tonight, sir: which The Who drummer was famous for destroying his drum kits on stage? Was that A, John Bonham, B, Keith Moon, or C, Ginger Baker?
Well, of course, that is Mr. Keith Moon. That guy spent a hell of a lot of money on drum kits, or somebody did. Hey, thanks for doing the net, and once again, congratulations, Robert.
Thank you, Mike. And yes, your answer was correct. Keth Moon. Moon's chaotic playing style and wild personality earned him the nickname Moon the Loon. Thanks for being out there, Mike. Moving on down to Kevin, K6 KJV.
Light check-in, KG5EGD.
All right, EGD, we're not up to late and missed, but stand by and we'll get you when we get there.
Nothing from Kevin. Moving on down to Todd, KD6DIQ. Nothing heard from Todd. Let's move on down to Carl, KM6. I'm okay.
Well, good evening, Ryan, Robert, and congratulations on getting the ticket. I've often said that the only thing I regret with ham radio is not doing it sooner, so I am ready for a question. This is Carl in Salem, KM6. I'm okay.
I couldn't agree with you more. I tried when I was his age, and I didn't really have an Elmer, so I didn't get my ticket until my 20s, but I'm glad he started in his teens. Your question for tonight, Carl: which classic rock band features the siblings Eddie and Alex? Is that A, Van Halen, B, AC/DC, or C, The Kinks?
If I am remembering my music correctly, it should be Bravo. So I'm going to go with that. And thank you very much for doing the net. 73. Back to you guys. This is Carl in Salem, KM6. I'm okay.
I'm sorry, Carl, but that wasn't the right answer. The correct answer was A. Van Halen. Eddie's innovative tapping techniques on the guitar revolutionized the instrument in the late 70s. Nice try, Carl. You'll get it next time. Moving on down to John, KO6FCY.
Good evening, Insomniacs, and good evening to you, Ryan, and congratulations, Robert, on getting your license and becoming a net controller while you're at it. You're doing a much better job than I did my first time net controlling. Ready for my question?
Alrighty, John. What was the first name of the legendary Doors frontman who was known as the Lizard King? Was that A, Ray, B, Jim, or C, Robbie?
You know, I'm really not sure, but something is saying it might be Jim. I'm going to go with Bravo. 73 to all, and thanks so much for doing the net. Back to you.
And you would be correct. B, Jim. Jim Morrison. Poetic lyrics and unpredictable stage behavior made him a rock icon. Thanks for being out there, John. And this is Kilo Oscar 6, November Echo Tango.
And Kilo 1, Bravo Lima Uniform, your Sunday night Insomniac net control operators.
Moving on down to Centos. KJ7 ETU. Well, nothing heard from Centos. Let's move on down to Eric. WN7GYF.
This is WN7GYF, Eric in Portland. I'm ready.
Alright, Eric, which band released the rock opera Tommy in 1969? Was that A, Genesis, B, The Who, or C, Pink Floyd?
I think I'll guess Bravo, B Bravo tonight. Thanks for doing the net.
And you would be correct. The Who. It was the first musical work to be explicitly billed as a rock opera. Thanks for being out there, Eric. Moving on down to Arenza. KK4R. Red, yellow, green. And blue. Well, nothing heard from him. Let's move on down to Riley. K6 N6 ATP.
Good evening, Riley and Kimball, and 6ATP. Congratulations on your license, and go with your question.
Alrighty, Riley. Which artist's wall of sound production technique influenced countless rock records in the 60s and 70s? Was that A, George Martin, B, Phil Spector, or C, Quincy Jones?
Going with C on that one. Bravo. 7-3, thank you for running the net.
And you would be correct. B, Phil Spector. The technique involved layering multiple instruments to create a dense orchestral aesthetic. Thanks for being out there, Riley. And moving on down to Alvin KG5 EGD.
Yes, this is KG5EGD, and congratulations on getting your ticket. That's really something. I hope you enjoy it. I'm ready for my question.
Alrighty, Alvin. Which heavy metal pioneers are often credited with inventing the the genre with their self-titled 1970 debut? Was that A, Deep Purple, B, Black Sabbath, or C, Iron Maiden?
Okay, I really don't know, so I'm just going to take B. Just guess at it, I guess. Yeah, I'll take B.
B is correct. Black Sabbath. Tony Iommi's down-tuned heavy riff were a direct result of factory accidents that injured his fingers. Ouch. Moving on down to Keenan K6MML. All right, nothing heard from Keenan. Moving on down to Richard KN6ZNC. ZNC. All right, nothing heard from Richard. Let's go on down to Tudor KM7DSJ. Okay, no Tudor. Moving on down to Ray KK4QPB.
Good evening, everyone on the net. This is Kilo 4, Quebec, Papa Bravo, Ray in Berea, Kentucky. Go right ahead with the question.
Alrighty, Ray. Which Elton John song was originally written as a tribute to Marilyn Monroe and later rewritten for Princess Diana? Was that A, Rocket Man, B, Candle in the Wind, or C, Tiny Dancer?
Well, let's go with B Bravo. I guess that feels the best to me. So, yeah, I'm going to go with B Bravo. Congratulations on the new ticket. And good evening, everyone on the net. 7-3 to all.
And you would be correct, Ray. Candle in the Wind. The 1997 version became the second best-selling physical single of all time. Thanks for being out there. Moving on down to Rick W. Wood RJC. Okay, nothing heard from Rick. Let's go down to Joseph KN4CRC. Nothing heard from Joseph. Let's go down to Ed KO6MMN. Nothing heard from Ed. This is Kilo Oscar 6 November Echo Tango.
And Kilo 1 Bravo Lima Uniform, your Sunday night Insomniac Net controllers. It is now the 11 o'clock hour. Continuing on with
Lewis KN6IYG. YG. Looks like nothing heard from Lewis. Let's go down to Dave. KF8EXA.
Hi, Ryan and Robbie. Thanks for doing the net tonight. And Robbie, you're doing a fabulous job, and congratulations on your technician. This is Kilo Foxtrot 8, Echo X-Ray Alpha, and I am ready for the question.
All right, Dave. Which band's name was inspired by a term for a powerful German-made aircraft during World War I? Was that A, Jefferson Airplane, B, Led Zeppelin, or C, Iron Butterfly?
I'm going to go with B, Bravo for Led Zeppelin. Thanks for doing the net tonight. 7-3 to you and everyone on the net. Back to net control.
And you would be correct. Led Zeppelin. The name was suggested by Keith Moon, who joked that the band would go over like a leap Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin. Thanks for being out there, Dave.
And last but not least.
And last but definitely not least, Adrian W6APT.
Hi, this is Adrian in San Diego, California.
Alrighty, Adrian. Which Canadian power trio is famous for the hit Tom Sawyer? Was that A, Triumph, B, Rush, or C, The Guess Who?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm going to have to guess and go with Rush. Thank you for the net and everything you guys do. Back to next week.
And you would be correct. It was Rush. Rush is celebrated for the technical proficiency of members Geddy Lee, Alex Lifeson, and Neil Peart. Thanks for being out there, Adrian. This is
pass it over to me. Alrighty, thank you, Adrian, and that brings us to the bottom of our Sunday night roster. So before we begin on our latent mist, let's scroll back up to the top here and start with net controllers and system controllers. Are there any net controllers or system controllers that wish to check in tonight? Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically, please.
Victor, Papa, India. Victor, Papa, India.
November Echo Sierra. November Echo Sierra.
Alrighty, we had two that go around. So starting first one sounds like Wilt, our half of our Saturday night net controller, WB7 VPI.
Good evening, Ryan and Robbie, and congratulations, Robbie. Good to hear you on the air. Tell you what, I'm ready for the question.
Alrighty, Wilt. Which song did the Rolling Stones record after being inspired by Mikhail Bulgakov's novel, The Master and Margarita? Was that A, Paint It Black, B, Sympathy for the Devil, or C, Gimme Shelter?
You know what, guys? I have no idea whatsoever. I'm just going to go with Bravo and see if that sticks. 7-3, everyone. WB7, VPI, back to net control.
And you would be correct. B, Sympathy for the Devil. Mick Jagger sings the lyrics from the perspective of Lucifer. Thanks for being out there, Wilt. And I think I also heard Jennifer, K06NES.
Good evening, everybody. Yep, it's me. Finally got my ham. K06NES. Okay, go for it.
All right, as I hide the questions from you, what was the name of the legendary recording studio located at 2101 Fleetwood Street in Muscle Shoals, Alabama? Was that A, Sun Studio, B, Muscle Shoals Sound Studio, or C, Stax Records?
Wow. Okay, that's a new one on me. I am going to take a guess on that one and say B Bravo. Thanks, guys. This is K06NES. Back to everyone. 7-3.
You would be correct. Bob Dylan.
Nope.
Oh, wait, sorry. Muscle Shoals Sound Studio. The studio hosted legends like Rolling Stones,
Leonard
Skinner, and Aretha Franklin. Thanks for being out there, Jennifer, and have yourself a great evening and great week ahead.
All right, next up, let's open up to Wind System members. If you are a currently member of the Wind System and missed your chance to check in, now is your chance. Suffix of your call sign, twice phonetically, please.
Whiskey, uniform. Whiskey, uniform.
Lima, Yankee, India. Lima, Yankee, India.
All righty, we heard two that go around, one of which I have not heard on the air in ages. I'm used to emails from you. Lynn, K1BLU, it is great to hear you on the air again.
Hey, pleasure here as well, and glad to hear there's a new licensed ham helping you out tonight. So I'm ready for my question, sir.
All righty, Lynn. Which band features a lips and tongue logo designed by John Pasche, Pasche? Is that A, Kiss, B, The Rolling Stones, or C, The Velvet Underground?
I will go with Bravo if my memory serves me correct. Great net as always. Back to you, K1BLU.
And you would be correct. Rolling Stones. The logo first appeared on the inner sleeve of the 1972 album, 71 album Sticky Fingers. Thanks for being out there, Bob.
Sorry.
Whoops. Rob.
Lynn.
Yeah, I'm getting that confused. Thanks for being out there, Lynn. Next up is Dave, KG6LYI.
Hello. Good evening from Valley Center, California. I already know the answer is going to be B, so before you ask it, well, you can give me the question.
98% of the answers were B tonight. Go ahead.
Just because 98% are doesn't mean they all are. Which ZZ Top members are famous for their chest-length beards, despite the third member's last name being Beard? Is that A, Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hill, B, Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard, or C, Dusty Hill and Frank Beard?
Actually, you might have me on this one, but I think it's probably A, since you changed me up and expect me to say B. I'll take A, KG6LYI. See ya!
Well, you would be correct. Billy Gibbons and Dusty Hills. Ironically, Frank Beard is the only member of the trio who usually does not have a beard. We almost got you there, but we'll get you next time. Dave, thanks for being out there.
Alrighty, opening it up to the regular Sunday night roster. If I regularly call you on Sunday night, now is your chance to check in. Suffix of your call sign twice phonetically. Regular Sunday night roster list at this time.
Charlie, Romeo, Charlie. Charlie, Romeo, Charlie.
Kilo, Oscar 6, Mike, Mike, November. Kilo, Oscar 6, Mike, Mike, November.
India, Yankee, Golf. India, Yankee, Golf.
Joseph, KN.
Wait, hold on. Now talk.
Okay, Joseph, KN4, CRC.
Well, good morning, sir. I honestly did not catch your name earlier. I've been doing other things while I've had the radio on, so I didn't catch your name, and that's honestly why I didn't answer earlier. But hope you're doing well, and congratulations on the new license. And go ahead with my question, KN4CRC. And good morning to you as well, Ryan. Hope you're doing well also.
Yes, sir. The name there is Robert. My 13-year-old son trying to get his ham legs as he gets on the air more. Your question for tonight, Joseph. What was the first music video ever played on MTV in 1981? Was it A, Thriller, B, Video Killed the Radio Star, or C, Take On Me?
You know, Ryan, I'll be honest with you. I'm going to go with Bravo just because I'm not 100% sure. So I'm going with my gut, and my gut's telling me to go Bravo. So that's what I'm going to do. 73s and Robert, I'm glad you're enjoying the hobby, sir. Keep up the good work, and I hope you enjoy it. It sounds like you are so far. So hope you enjoy it. And 73s to you as well, Ryan, and talk to you again next week. Like I said, sorry I couldn't catch you earlier. KN4CRC 73. See you!
Well, thank you for the compliment, Joseph. And you are correct. The video killed the radio star. The Bugles' hit was a perfect thematic choice for launch the video era. Thanks for being out there, Joseph, and I appreciate the compliment. Moving on down to Ed, KO6MMN.
KO6MMN here. Let's have it.
Alrighty, Ed. Which 1984 film featured the Prince song When Doves Cry? Was that A, Footloose, B, Purple Rain, or C, Dirty Dancing?
It's going to have to be Purple Rain. I just remember it that way. 73, back to you, Net. Kilo, Oscar 6, Mike, November.
I was thinking the same thing. Purple Rain. The song was a massive hit and the central part of the movie's hugely successful soundtrack. Thanks for being out there, Ed. And moving on down to Lewis, KN6IYG.
Hey, good evening, gentlemen. This is Kilo November 6, India Yankee Golf, Lewis in West Texas. I'm ready for my question.
Alrighty, Lewis. Which guitar brand is famous for the Stratocaster and Telecaster models? Is that A, Gibson, B, Fender, or C, Ibanez or Ibanez?
That's a good question, and I have no idea. I'm going to go with A, Alpha, the Gibson. Thank you both for earning the net. Congrats to your son there. And we'll catch you next week. Have a good one. Be clear, this is Kilo November 6, India Yankee Golf.
I'm sorry, Lewis, but that wasn't the correct answer. The correct answer was Fender. Leo Fender designs became the standard for rock and roll guitarists starting in the 1950s. You'll get it next time, Lewis. I promise you. This is KO6NET, handing the mic back to Kilo 1 Bravo Lima uniform.
And thank you for being out there, Lewis. We do appreciate it. Alrighty, folks. This is K1BLU, your part of your Sunday Night Net Control operators here. And let's go ahead and go down to anybody, anywhere wishing to check in tonight's net. Anybody, anywhere. Suffix of your call sign, twice phonetically, please.
Juliet Yankee uniform. Juliet Yankee uniform.
All right, only one person on that go around. Kelly, Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Yankee uniform. That you?
Yes, this is Kelly in Richmond, Texas, and ready for my question.
All righty, Kelly. Which band recorded the 1971 song "Won't Get Fooled Again," featuring a groundbreaking synthesizer intro? Was that A, Emerson, Lake and Palmer, B, The Who, or C, Yes?
Well, I'm going to go with
Alrighty, and bravo, The Who was correct. The track features Pete Townsend using a Lowry Berkshire Deluxe TB01 organ processed through a synthesizer. Thanks for being out there, Kelly. We appreciate it. And it does look like this is your second week in a row, so we will get you added to the list for next week. Thank you for being out there. Alrighty, let's open it up to anybody, anywhere. Final call for tonight. Anybody, anywhere. Suffix of your call sign, twice phonetically. Final call. I can take as many as are out there.
Papa Tango Charlie, PT Papa Alpha Tango Charlie.
Alpha Tango Zulu. Alpha Tango Zulu.
Alrighty, I heard two our final go around. First one I think is Tim KC3 Papa Tango Charlie. Is that you, Tim?
Good evening. Yes, that is correct. Kilo Charlie 3 Papa Tango Charlie. Name is Tim.
Wow, the spreadsheet says we haven't heard from you since December something or other. It's been a while. Great to hear you out there again, Tim. Your question for tonight. What was the name of the festival held in upstate New York that was billed as 3 days of peace and music? Was that A, Lollapalooza, B, Woodstock, or C, Coachella?
Well, I'm going to have to go with B, Woodstock.
And you would be correct with Woodstock. The 1969 event is considered the defining moment of the peace generation. Thank you for being out there, Tim. We appreciate it. Hopefully you check in with us next week, and we'll get you added back on the list if you so choose. And the other one I heard, I believe, is Nick, K06 Alpha Tango Zulu. Is that you, Nick?
This is Nick. Yeah, Alpha Tango Zulu. I haven't checked in a while, but heard the net and figured I'd try my luck. So go ahead with the question whenever you're ready.
All righty, Nick. Yeah, December 14th is the last time you're on my list. Your question for tonight. Which artist is known for his elaborate stage makeup and the persona, the Star Child? Is that A, Alice Cooper, B, Paul Stanley, or C, Gene Simmons?
That's a good one. I'm not unaware of those, but I'm not aware of enough to know the actual answer. But I'm gonna guess with A, Alice Cooper, I believe. But yeah, back to you.
Well, Alice Cooper had his own look of goth and whatnot. The stage makeup was the Kiss members, and specifically Star Child was B, Paul Stanley. As a founding member of Kiss, Stanley's Star Eye makeup is a rock staple. And a personal story, probably about 15 years ago or so, I was working security at a concert, and we had to escort these 4 guys from the stage after practicing back to their car. And I'm like, who are these guys and why do they need an escort? I asked my supervisor that right after we did that, and he goes, them? Oh, they're the band members from Kiss. I had no idea without the makeup. They look like 4 regular guys to me, and I was like, oh, is that what they look like? Okay. Anyways, personal story aside there. All right, it is 11:24. My clock stopped. I'm wondering, it's been 11:09 for a while now. 11:24. This is K1BLU and K06NET, your Sunday night net control operators on the Insomniac Trivia Net. Let me break for reset. Alrighty, folks, and that was the last go around that time. So Tonight we've had a total of 46 check-ins over the air. I have not gotten a chance to get through the emails yet. 39 or 85% were correct answers, and 7% learned something new, or at least hopefully they did, at 15%. We'd like to thank you guys for being out there and checking in on tonight's version of the Insomniac TriviaNet. Hope you all enjoyed it.
We hope you enjoyed all of the fun trivia questions we had for you tonight. Hope they weren't too complicated, and just wanted to say we hope to keep this up and running and keep influencing your brain with new stuff to learn each week. This is K06NET along with K1BLU.
I'll sign off.
And
back to you.
Back to K1BLU.
All right, folks, as usual, hopefully you all enjoyed the net. Any suggestions on questions, good, bad, otherwise, feel free to let me know. K1BLU@winsystem.org. Again, Insomniac Net runs 365 days out of the year, and we are your Sunday night live trivia net. So without further ado, we'll go ahead and close up the net and get the email out shortly. Again, thank you all for being out there. We appreciate it. Have yourselves a wonderful evening, morning, and great week ahead. This is K1BLU, returning the frequencies back to normal, undirected amateur use. Wishing everyone a wonderful night and 7 threes.
K06NET and W7OR.
This is K06NET. Go ahead.
Hey, Robert, just a wee little fact about your license. Given that it is issued by the federal government, that means that you are a skilled wireless telecommunicator. You add that to your job applications and your resume in about 5 years or so when you get your first job. Have fun, NW7OR.
So does that mean I get something special if I apply for the job or something? That would be kind of cool, if I can remember it. Thanks for being out there. It's Richard. This is K06NET, standing by.
Thank you for that, Richard. Yeah, and we'll definitely make sure he puts that on his resume and whatnot. I wish I had it when I was looking for work after school, but yeah, he's a little bit of mic fright and still trying to get the hang of it, but we're working on him. The more he does this net, the smoother talker he'll be. K1BLU. Got frazzled a little bit when you said the wrong thing. But anyways, let's see. Any emails in the inbox?
So,
Nope.
When Richard was calling me, what did he say?
He said your call sign, K06NET, and his call sign, N7WR. What is it? NW7OR, which is basically the way of calling somebody on the air.
KN6 ASR test.
Yes.
I'm gonna let him test. Let's see, Marilyn. Got A on
that. Test completed. KN6 ASR back listening.
So Maryland TJB. You didn't do too bad, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Most people on there said I was a natural.
Yeah, well, look who you learned from.
I know, I was going to say that. I learned it from you. Watching you do the net every night.
Do we still have watchers out there in YouTube land? Looks like we got one person still sticking around. As I grade papers here and put people in. But yeah, you did good. The more you practice on your reading and whatnot, the more you can say the things better, the more you can do, like, reading off the questions and answers.
Well, also what helped was you making it bigger.
Yeah, well, I'm used to small because I have to fit so much on my screen. Once you get the hang of it and you're sitting at your own computer, you can just have the one thing up and do it. You don't have to have all the running everything in the system.
If we keep doing this, and eventually you'll allow me to do that on my computer, how would we do it exactly? Would we, like, team viewer it so you can see my computer?
No, the way I used to do it is I'll share this spreadsheet and you'll open it up in basically these two files. We'll both have a copy of it. And then I'll be typing in on mine and you'll have a copy on yours and you just follow along.
Okay.
Let's see, ROA. He wanted that, which is correct.
Do you think I could get that radio inside the briefcase if I do the net?
Possibly.
On my computer?
Possibly. I think the first couple times to see, I will have you use the software because you don't have to type as much, and the software is nice because it's full duplex. If somebody's talking as you're talking, you can hear it. You can't on the radio because the speaker and the microphone are in the same place. So it's a little harder this way.
So the first time I do it, you'll probably, or the second time I do it, you'll probably send me this.
That program, yep. And you'll be using that.
Okay.
AWX. Emailed in. WWU emailed.
Bravo!
But he was on the Lynn. He actually checked in. Lynn checked in tonight, so. Santos sent an email.
Oh, my legs hurt.
Sitting too long? YRC.
It's too bad I couldn't use my
That is all of them. Well, problem is I had to shut that off a few times because of somebody on there. So your radio wouldn't be working when I have to shut down that node. That's why the one in the box would be better.
Yeah.
But the software is even better because it'll work right off your headset. Alrighty, so 55 with 47 and 8 this time. Not a bad turnout. Total 55. Correct 47. Still learning 8. Check-ins 0. Send out to the net.
So,
and
what do all of these do?
Let me finish this up, okay?
Do these wires somehow connect this to this?
No.
Okay.
0, 8, 47, 55.
I can't wait till I get
419.
I'm actually kind of looking
Can't wait till you steal my radios. That's one thing I'm worried about.
What?
All right, all you out there in YouTube land, I will go ahead and call it a net, close up tonight. Thank you guys for joining, and I'm talking to nobody because there's nobody left out there.
Well, I think there's maybe one.
No, concurrent viewers, none now.
Well, how come I see one on
chat? I don't know.